Kick that nigga Valdez out the porter. Yeah, I know guys. Bro, I'm about to get Randy Moss X Factor hopefully after this game. Bobby the Raiders. Should be fun. I'm gonna try. I mean, I don't even care if I lose. I'm gonna get them 200 yards. I made 500,000. This nigga Deuce just said he he fucking got 500,000 in VC this morning playing red ball, blue ball, a dodgeball. Yeah. How you didn't fuck with it? It was red ball, blue ball, bro. It wasn't even dodgeball. Red ball, blue ball. You find the ball, shoot the hole in the hoop, and keep it moving. That's crazy. About the ball. What's up with that? How far you said you was on Blacklist? You said season 6.
It is a building that first hosted football way back in 1966 as EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Oakland, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Oakland Raiders. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Which one? The one out? The one out? I'm on? Nah, that hole definitely in progress. Try to go to that hole on your other YouTube. Sometimes that shit be tripping when you're trying to go through the game for whatever reason. I just pulled it up on my phone, that's how I know.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And right away they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. The defensive line made pretty easy work of the offensive line that time.
And people get tired of the cliche that the battle is won in the trenches. But it's a cliche because it's true. And how about the battle right there? One on the edge, and the ball carrier did not benefit.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Throw left side, complete to Moss. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it.
And this will be caught at the 30. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Give him 30 yards there. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Gone.
Oh, that nigga give me a
taken down.
Jordan
Evans. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. On the carry, it's Cook. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, You got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Third and long. It's gone.
Oh, he broke free.
He's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback, because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
I missed this one. Get in there.
And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Topper! Hey, exit. Shoot!
On 1st and 10, Herbert. He's got a man that's caught left sideline. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 23 yards on the play. On 1st down, Dobbins. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever.
I got a couple of glitches, but it's surprised. Like, once you see it coming the first time, it's over.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down, and he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Watch the screen. Blue draw quarters. Check. Hey, Alpha.
On 3rd and 2, Herbert, he's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Here we go. 90 Wolf. Hey, high 7.
Throwing on 1st down. Herbert flushed out right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole, because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals, and if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away, because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
This is taken at the 10.
I see how I gotta do this. I gotta do this whole different.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get it down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for
that's
them,
not even your man.
too, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Now a give, right side. Dobbins. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Just go underneath it, then they go all game.
Used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
2nd down and inches. Got a man. It's Brown. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree, getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Like, when that nigga get his little speed boost for the zoned out shit,
first down.
that's pretty loud.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Waters.
Come on, man, let's go, man.
A very strong gain of 24. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz
good fucking block.
Get a little bit more pressure.
Good boy. Good shit,
Carolina did that against Denver. They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
61, match box, light. Switch. Check, check, check.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
I just need as many possessions as possible, man. So, I'm not just suck because I can't play conservative.
Set. 10 logo.
On 2nd down, Dobbins trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Hey, wahoo!
Come on, man, you wasting my time, Bobby. What? Hike the ball.
Get your swarm on. Mike 9. There's a party now. Hit it.
From the gun on 3rd down, Herbert. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And this is good as they extend it out now to a 9-0 lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. That's going to be a 103-yard kickoff return. What a run. As they are now on the board here in the first half.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Well, I don't know what he's going to have, honestly. I can find a good zero blitz.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
80 weapons.
On first and 10, Herbert. First tight end on the corner, it's complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big play that time for the Raiders. 42 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30.
We got a seal. I got him. Take 4, take 3. 218, chopper. Watch twins. Go.
Operating from the gun. Herbert, he'll let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown.
I'm really trying to, I want him to score fast. I'm trying to get the ball
back. The Raiders able to extend that advantage. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their
what's your mop play looking like? You give up on that nigga yet?
Short, wide, skinny, whatever. There it results in a touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few passes.
He left the party? That nigga.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
Mike's 50.
Looking to throw on second down. Goff buying time to his left. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for third down.
Bravo.
That's someone out. Just keep that nigga true.
From the gun, here's Goff.
Oh, nigga picked it.
Fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Big facts. Okay. I wouldn't watch this if I was there.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. With a second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to pull a bit closer.
Try to back out of it at the last second.
Good on the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
I don't know how many times. I really don't care. He's going for 300 this game. I don't give a shit.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
All right, I'm on this side of the little cheese blitz.
Got it.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll find Lindsey here. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Watch right. Watch right. Watch right. Hey,
Hard. You calling me?
From the gun, Herbert. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles.
Yeah, I heard you.
The incompletion.
I thought you was calling me.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
First one again, I dare you.
From the 29, Goff. He's got a man complete.
This nigga fumble.
Look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Raiders pick it up. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Man, might as well just force that.
He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
SOS. Watch out. Big Dad, take it. Look, squeeze. 6 guys. Check it.
They'll run on 1st down. Dobbins.
What the fuck is happening?
There he goes, left side. And all the way in.
Tyrann just ran out of the way.
A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Vikings take over first down 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Goff. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
6-6, pull it high. 11. 5. Mike 57.
Goff throwing again. Throw right side, going to be complete to Moss. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
On first down, Dobbins. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
You got to have at least 100.
That's a decent amount of aggressiveness right there. Inside their own 10-yard line, they still run the toss, even though they know that that can be a little bit of a dangerous play, and it pays off pretty well with a nice run.
On 2nd down now, Dobbins. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. That will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Holton Hill, the one there to bring him down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And the ball is knocked out. And the Vikings pick up the football. But they will not be able to capitalize as time is run out here on the first half of play. So we reach halftime, and what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations.
Right into the
Doesn't
heart of
always
my
work
defense.
out, though.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Michael
cool, man.
Brockers
Be
in on
careful.
the stop.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Jim. Leo.
To throw on second down. Herbert, he's going to flip one out here to his running back. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
There. Check safety. Rush hard.
On 3rd down, Dobbins. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Come on, y'all.
That good for 19 and a first down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47.
Switch. You're out. Go. Watch it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
We got double up. Check. Crunch. Share. Pilot, 64, weak. Slam. Hatchet. Hey, Sam off. Now.
On 3rd down, Dobbins. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he gets this one down to the 24. A Raider first down, 17 yards.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And some room to roll now. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
60 more.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Goff. Complete to Dorsett. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
180. Stop here, D.
On 1st and 10, Goff. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Moss. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Hey, Shell.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Smooth. Hey, Mike 50, Mike 50, Mike 50. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Hey,
Throwing again is gone. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And able to find Dorsett. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
First down.
Mike 20.
To the air again. Gone. That'll be caught over the middle by Moss. So that throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
180. 50 to Mike, 50 to Mike. They gonna need some therapy after this.
Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. You can't block me.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Goff, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Pushing tacklers aside.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Out of the gun. Goff. Man open. It's Moss, complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now in the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
Goff now looking to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
I wake up to 8 something.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
We go.
To throw is gone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
That goes in the category of a play that the defense is going to cherish and excites them. A completion, yes, you give up the pass, but no gain. I mean, that's exactly what you want on defense.
And sets up the 4th down. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready, break.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Hey, alert 3. Protein spill.
Check 31.
Shift. Shoot.
On 2nd down, Dobbins. And yet again, he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
Oh, just that on. Go, Mo.
Because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Second and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Here's Gall. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. And what are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range, and guess what? They've got a shot.
This is intercepted. Picked off at the 17.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Now, that turnover might just about do it. Here, fourth quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly.
He's got a convoy, and he might be gone.
What?
It's a gain of 35.
This nigga Bobby is petty as fuck.
This one, despite the heavy workload, but you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Ready?
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Recon, 132 fighter. Go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They'll run on first down. Dobbins, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
90 Wolf. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Ready?
Now a give right side. Dobbins. There he goes right side. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Hey, we got a seal. Topper! Topper!
Watch the pass.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now, there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. Now, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
No. Blue draw corpus. Now.
On 3rd down, Dobbins, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Given 9 there on the first down completion. Just 2.
36. I can get 36 yards.
It's remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw again on second down. Goff. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Now Cook. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Oh, he dropped it! Come on, Randy!
Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Oh, this nigga not letting me come.
Sliding out of the pocket. Now in desperation. And got his man complete.
Yes, sir!
It will be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one covers 29 yards.
Trying to do one little thing. Nah, don't pause it now. I hope they keep calling that whole catch though. Please keep that whole catch. I need that bitch. 7 more. Let's see them go.
First down.
Yeah. Come on, call that a catch. Don't. Let's just stay there. Fuck! Damn, dog.
So the challenge comes in inside of 2 minutes, and it gets overturned.
And it changes the whole format of what's about to happen because both sides had thought a certain call had been made. Now they have to flip back and start over.
12. Mike 51. Mike 51.
Throwing on 3rd. Gone. Dorsett's got it. Well, the Vikings right now, they've got the passing game working. It's another first down. On first down, it's gone. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Another try after the first down sack. Goff, he's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile.
Hey, let's go. Calm the crowd.
12.
51's the mic. 51's the mic.
Watch the pass. Here we go.
A shotgun snap for Goff.
That's
Got his
fucking
man
cool.
complete over the middle. It's Moss. The Vikings going to use their
10 yards, bro. That's all he needs is 10.
3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Quit talking about it and bring it. 51's the mic. 51's the go. 3 buzz. Hardball. Mike 51.
Back to throw. Goff escaping the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
Let's fucking go! Let's go, nigga! The fuck out of here! Give me my shit!
Exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
That nigga a bitch for that, dog.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And the lead is down to 20. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
That nigga cold hole for that, son. So Jordan, peep game, right? This nigga, I'm playing this nigga, but my real, you know, I'm trying to get Randy Moss's X Factor.
Should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And now we're going to get a timeout.
This nigga throughout the whole third and fourth quarter, he will run the ball, get a first down, and fall down to milk the clock. Because I try to get as many possessions as I can possibly get.
He's going to look deep down the field. And it's incomplete.
And it was pissing me off, like, and I scored on the last play. I needed 10 yards to get this shit. I scored on my last play and got enough yards to get the X Factor.
Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't.